Rahul Gandhi ji, leader of opposition, has long been calling out the politics of monopoly and monopolistic favorism. In a recent column titled "A New Deal for Indian Business," featured in Indian Express, he highlights the systematic challenges faced by businesses in India, particularly at the hands of government and monopolistic forces. Rahul Gandhi ji begins by emphasizing how India's freedom wasn't lost due to a lack of business prowess, but to the chokehold of monopolistic corporations that, like the East India Company, controlled and manipulated the country's economic and political landscape. We did not lose our freedom to another nation. We lost it to a monopolistic corporation that ran a coercive apparatus, he states. He writes, "I know that hundreds of India's brilliant and dynamic business leaders are scared of the monopolists. Are you one of them?" He goes on to say that Bharat Mata is a mother to all her children. The monopolization of her resources and power and the blatant denial of opportunity to the many for the benefit of a chosen few has deeply wounded her. Rahul Gandhi ji writes, "Scared to talk on the phone, scared of the monopolists colluding with the state to enter your sector and crush you, scared of IT, CBI or ED raids forcing you to sell your business to them." He adds, "You know that describing these oligarchic groups as business is misleading. When you compete with them, you are not competing with a company. You are fighting the machinery of the Indian state." Rahul Gandhi ji acknowledges the fear in the hearts of business leaders, but also offers hope. In contrast to the match-fixing monopoly groups, there are many amazing play-fair Indian businesses, from micro-enterprises to large corporations, yet they remain silent, preserving in an oppressive system. He names businesses that have done well without political connections: Lenskart, Tata Consultancy, Tynor, Inmobi, Manyavar, Zomato, Fractal Analytics, Araku Coffee, Tridents, Amagi, ID Foods, PhonePe, Moglix, Sula Wines, JustPay, Zerodha, Veritas, Oxizo, Avendus, and from the older generation, L&T, Haldiram, Arvindai Hospital, Indigo, Asian Paints, HDFC Group, Bajaj Auto and Bajaj Finance, Cipla, Mahindra Auto, Titan, and others. He then speaks about his politics, which has always been about protecting the weak and voiceless. "I draw my inspiration from Gandhiji's words about defending the last voiceless person in the line. This conviction led him to support Manrega, the right to food, and the land acquisition bill. He stood with the Adivasis in the famous confrontation of Niyamgiri, backed farmers in their struggle against the 3 black farm laws, and listened to the pain of the people of Manipur." Today, as he reflects, Gandhi realizes that he had missed the full depth of Gandhiji's words. He failed to understand that the line is a metaphor, and there are many different lines. In the business line, it is business leaders who are the exploited, the disadvantaged. His politics will therefore aim to provide what they have been denied: fairness and a level playing field. He goes on to write that the government cannot be allowed to support one business at the expense of all others, much less support Benami equations in the business system. Government agencies are not weapons to be used to attack and intimidate businesses. That said, I do not support fear being transferred from you to the big monopolists. They are not evil individuals, but simply the outcome of deficiencies in our societal and political environment. They should get space, and so should you. He concludes with a call to action. This country is for all of us. Our banks should overcome their fascination for the top 100 well-connected borrowers with their attendant NPAs and be made to discover the profit pools in lending and supporting the play-fair businesses. He urges business leaders to recognize the power of social pressure and resistance in shaping political behavior and insist that there is no need for messihas. You are the change that will generate wealth and employment for all. Finally, he says, choose your India. Play fair or monopoly, jobs or oligarchies, competence or connections, innovation or intimidation, wealth for many or the few. Rahul Gandhi ji concluded the article by stating, "I write on why a new deal for business isn't just an option, it is India's future."